What is Islamic reform? 5 common misunderstandings among modern Muslims. 1. Reform does not mean changing the religion. When many people hear the word reform, then same-sex marriage is allowed? Allow interest rates? Are you allowed to drink? Are all the clothing regulations gone? There are many cases of understanding in this way. But the reform of Islam is definitely not that meaning. Islamic reform means returning to the original purity of Quran and authentic Sunnah, not modifying rulings, not creating a new religion. It is a task to remove the noise added by culture, the oppressive regulations made by the powerful, the tribal culture, and the remnants of the colony. 2. Reform does not destroy Sharia. What conservatives often say,
Reform? It's a Western conspiracy to get rid of Sharia.
oh my, but the reform of Islam is not the abolition of Sharia. It removes cultural corruption, tribal practices, political manipulation, and misogynistic customs falsely labeled as Islam. 3. Questioning scholars or authorities is not forbidden. In many modern countries, religious leaders, it has become a barrier like power that should not be touched. Criticism of the powerless clergy without knowledge is rather an obligation. In early Islam, even women and youth questioned leaders openly. Accountability is a core Islamic principle. Rather, the culture of do not ask or ask, obey, is the contaminant attached to future generations. 4. Reformers are not secular liberals. That's definitely not the identity of the reformer. Real reformers defend justice, protect the weak, fight corruption, and rely on authentic sources. Read the Quran accurately, studying Sahih Hadith, criticizing unjust customs, corruption, and political violence head-on. People who emphasize the protection of women, orphans, weak people. In other words, people who restore the spirit of the original Islam. For the illusion that reform is not something that anyone can do, only authorities can do it. Many people say,
You're not a scholar, are you? You can't say Arabic, can you? What kind of reform is it when you're not even of 4 major schools? If a person without authority speaks, it's a bid'ah.
This logic, it's a head-on conflict with the Islamic spirit. In Islam, the truth is not in people, but in bathing in justice. Allah says, Don't you think about it with your son. Only those who have wisdom realize it. The conclusion is, Islamic reform is not about changing Allah's religion. It is about returning to its justice, mercy, and purpose, free from culture, power abuse, and blind imitation. True reform means thinking, questioning, and upholding justice, just as the Quran commands. This is not rebellion. It is responsibility.